Hi. In this video, we'll show you how to get started with Xeoma on Linux PC. Since some Linux systems may not have a graphical interface, this video is divided into two parts. The first part is for systems with a graphical user interface, and the second is for those without one. In both cases, Xeoma supports all major Linux distributions, including Ubuntu, Debian, Mint, and others. If your distribution isn't listed, please contact Xeoma's technical support for more information. Step 1. Go to falenisoft.com/Xeoma and navigate to the download section. On this page, you'll see a list of Xeoma versions available for download. In most cases, the top option on the list will be the most suitable. It's the latest Xeoma version for 64-bit operating systems. You'll also find a beta version with new features under testing, as well as versions for 32-bit systems. Once you've selected the version that fits your system, click Download. Step 2. Extract the downloaded archive and run the Xeoma.app file. This file includes both the server and client parts of Xeoma. The server part runs in the background and handles all core functionality, receiving video streams from cameras, performing analytics, and saving recordings. The client part is the Xeoma interface that you interact with on the screen. After launching Xeoma, you'll see the welcome screen. If you'd like to skip the installation and go straight to adding cameras, choose Work without installation, find cameras in your network. Click the checkmark in the connection dialog, and wait for the server part of the program to start. Once it's running, Xeoma will automatically begin searching for cameras in your local network. If you choose the demo option, Xeoma will also launch the server part, but it will add a demo camera so you can test out various Xeoma's features on it. The Install to Auto Start option allows you to install Xeoma before adding any cameras. The Connect to Remote Server or to Cloud option is useful if you simply want to start the server part of Xeoma or connect to a Xeoma server running on another device or to the Xeoma Cloud service. For the purposes of this video, we recommend to select the last option, then choose localhost as the server address, click the checkmark, and wait for the Xeoma server part to start. After launch, Xeoma will create two folders in your system. A folder with server-side configuration files, located at the following path, and a folder with client-side configuration files, located at the following path. The server configuration folder is especially important, as by default it stores the archive, databases, and additional resources used by certain modules. These paths can be changed later if needed. Please note that the config folder is usually hidden by default. To display it, press Ctrl+H. Important note: until Xeoma is installed to auto-start, it will run with the privileges of the user who launched it. Step 4. Choose a Xeoma edition or activate your license. By default, Xeoma launches in the Trial Edition, that allows access to all features, but resets all settings every 8 hours or when you close the Xeoma window. If you already have a license, you can activate it via Main Menu, Registration, Activate. If you want to use Xeoma for free, go to Main Menu, Registration, Switch Edition, and select Switch to the free edition. You can also try out other editions in trial mode from this menu before making a purchase. Step 5. Add a camera by clicking the plus icon in the bottom panel and selecting one of the available options. You can learn more about each method in our dedicated video tutorial on adding cameras. Step 6. Configure your cameras. Select a camera in the main window, then click the gear icon in the bottom panel. Build a module chain you need in the following window and configure each module individually. We recommend checking our detailed video tutorial on how to set up module chains in Xeoma. Step 7. To install Xeoma to auto-start, navigate to Main Menu, Install, Install. If you select the first option, auto-run the server part of Xeoma as a service, the server part of Xeoma will launch automatically when the computer starts and will also restart automatically in case of a crash. Additionally, a desktop shortcut will be created. We recommend this option if it's important that your surveillance system operates 24/7. If you enable the second option, the client part of Xeoma will also launch on system startup. The hidden mode allows not to create a desktop shortcut. Note: auto-run the client and hidden mode are mutually exclusive. Below, you can change the administrator password and enable the use password for localhost access option. When enabled, Xeoma will prompt you for the admin password each time it's launched on this machine. If you activate this option, we recommend copying the admin password somewhere safe, as you'll need it at the next launch. If the password is lost, it can be reset using a terminal command. We'll cover it at the end of the video. You can also choose a custom installation folder, but we recommend using the default one as it provides all necessary permissions for the program to operate properly. Once you've selected all the required options, click the checkmark and wait for the installation to complete. During installation, the system may prompt you for a password. In this case, enter your sudo password. After installation, the Xeoma settings folder will be moved to the directory you specified, and Xeoma will run under the root user. Step 8. If a Xeoma Standard or Xeoma Pro license is active on the server, you can create an unlimited number of operator accounts. Operator accounts are useful when you need to give someone access to the server without granting full permissions, for example, without access to deleting recordings or changing Xeoma's settings. To create an operator account, navigate to Main menu, Remote Access, Users. Click Add. Enter the username and desired password. Then click the checkmark. In the same menu, you can configure the operator's permissions. Pay special attention to the camera list section. Each camera has a set of switches that control what the operator can do with it. Hover over the icons at the top of each column to see tooltips explaining their function. Once user permissions are configured, click the checkmark again to save. To connect to the Xeoma server under this operator, enter its password when launching the server part or when connecting remotely from another device. That's it, Xeoma is now installed and ready to use. If you want to connect to your Xeoma server remotely from another PC or via a mobile app, first launch Xeoma on your remote device. For PCs running Windows, Linux, or Mac OS, download Xeoma from our official website. For iOS devices, Xeoma is available in the App Store. For Android devices, you can download it from Google Play Store, alternative app stores like GetApps and App Gallery, or directly from Xeoma's official website. Next, choose your preferred remote connection method. Xeoma offers 3 options for remote server access. Method 1. Connection by IP and password. This method suits situations when your server and remote device are connected to the same network, such as the same Wi-Fi, or if you purchased a public static IP address for the server from your internet provider. With a static IP address, you can connect to your Xeoma server from anywhere in the world. To connect to a server with this method, specify the server's IP address and the password of a desired user when starting the client side of Xeoma on a remote device, or go to the main menu, Remote Access, connect to and specify the credentials there. Method 2, P2P connection. This method also works both for connecting locally and remotely. To enable it, go to Main menu, Remote Access, P2P connection configuration on your server. Click Enable the P2P connection option. Wait for the connection to establish with the cloud P2P server. And copy the provided P2P address. On your remote device, enter this address along with the appropriate user password. And wait for the connection to establish. Method 3, Remote Access via the repeater service. This option is paid, but it provides improved stability compared to P2P connections. On the server, navigate to the main menu. Remote Access. Repeater Setup. Turn the repeater on and wait for the connection to establish. Use the provided address and the password to connect to the server from a remote device. The trial period lasts for 10 minutes. If you're satisfied with this connection method, you can purchase a repeater license on our official website and activate it by clicking the subscription in the same settings menu. Please note, with the repeater you can only connect under the administrator account. If you need to update the program, there are 3 ways to do it through the interface. Method 1, go to Main menu, Information, check for updates. If an update is available, click the checkmark and wait for the update to complete. Method 2, for cases when the server part is not installed to auto-start, close the Xeoma window, then simply download and launch the new version of Xeoma. Your settings and licenses will be restored automatically. Method 3, if the Xeoma server is installed to auto-start, go to Main menu, Install, Uninstall, and choose the Uninstall except for Archives and Settings option. Then download the latest version of Xeoma from the official website and launch it. Your settings and licenses will be restored automatically. After that, install the updated version to auto-start again via Main menu, Install. Updating Xeoma via terminal will be covered in the second section of this video. Please note, the versions of the server and client parts of Xeoma must match. Version mismatch may cause unexpected issues, so if you're using remote access, we also recommend updating Xeoma on the remote device after updating the server part. Xeoma is also designed for use on Linux systems without a graphical interface. Next, we will explain how to work with Xeoma through the terminal, but first an important note: if the terminal returns an error in response to any command, please read the error message carefully. In many cases, it contains the answer to what went wrong and how to resolve the issue. Errors may occur, for example, if the file path is entered incorrectly or if you attempt to use a utility that is not installed on the server. Step 1. Download the program. To do this, enter the command you see on the screen in the console. Step 2. Unpack the archive using the tar command. Navigate to the folder containing the downloaded archive and enter. After unpacking is complete, you will see the xeoma.app file in the folder. To view the list of available commands, enter the following command. Or visit the corresponding page on our official website. Step 3. Run the program or install Xeoma to auto-start. With the core key, you can run Xeoma's server part without installing it to auto-start. After that, you can connect to the Xeoma server from a remote client and continue configuring the server through the graphical interface. The drawback of this method is that the terminal will remain occupied by the Xeoma process, preventing you from using it for other tasks. We recommend installing Xeoma's server part to auto-start right away. To do this, use the following command. Once the command is executed, Xeoma's server part will start in the background. It will also launch automatically when the physical or virtual machine starts, and will restart in case of a crash. After installing Xeoma to auto-start, all further commands must be run with sudo. Remote connection in Xeoma is covered in the first part of this video. To retrieve Xeoma's administrator password via console, use the show password key. You can use this password for IPM password-based connections. If you want to set your own password, use the set password key. If this command is applied to Xeoma installed to auto-start, you must restart the Xeoma service after changing the password. Use the restart service key to do this. You can also activate licenses via console using the activate online key. To update Xeoma via terminal, use one of the following methods. If Xeoma is not installed to auto-start and is running in a non-GUI system, press Ctrl+C to stop the process. Then download the latest version via wget. Unpack the archive with tar. And start Xeoma with the core key. The archive and settings will be restored automatically. If Xeoma is not installed to auto-start but is running in a GUI system, find the process ID using the following command. The number at the beginning of the line is the desired ID. Stop Xeoma using the kill command. Type kill, then space and the ID of the process. Download the latest version via wget. Unpack the archive with tar. And start Xeoma with the core key. If Xeoma is installed to auto-start, uninstall Xeoma while keeping archives and settings using install remove exe key. Download the latest Xeoma version with wget. Unpack the archive with tar. Install Xeoma to auto-start with the install core auto key. Licenses and settings will be restored automatically. All further configuration steps, such as adding cameras, creating module chains, and managing operator accounts, can only be performed via remote connection through the graphical interface. If you encounter any difficulties while using Xeoma on Linux, please check the troubleshooting section on our official website or contact our tech support team for free. You'll find the links in the description.